Hello, hello. Classical dance ke classical dance Radha Krishna ki rata gale samoda damoda hai Welcome again. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all the people watching from all over the world. Welcome to Manipur Art Fest 2022. For those who have missed yesterday's program, you can go back to our link at exactly around 39 minutes and watch the whole program, the wonderful performance that we had performed yesterday for you. And getting back to today's program, for those who are new to this program, let me give you a brief introduction of what is the history of Manipur Art Festival 2022 and who is behind this. Manipur Art Fest began in 2018 by R&V Art House. Actually, it was previously called the Art Festival Manipur Art Festival, Art and Books and Art Fest 2018, and it was held at Imphal Hotel. And again, it was the second edition was held at Lamyanba Pakhangba Auditorium at Palace Gate, and it became bigger in terms of, besides having art, graphic arts, it also included not only just painting but photography, sculpture, tattoo artists, fashion shows, and many more cultural live performance and interaction, of course. And that was a 3-day event. It was very lively, interactive, and people enjoyed it very much, and it became the talk of town of 2019. And in 2022, we had to opt for the online virtual mode because of COVID, as well as the advantage of this technology, because the organizers of this art festival, that is RNV Art House, wanted to showcase Manipur's art and give by providing a platform for them to express and for them to expose their art products, so that people of the world can see and appreciate the wonderful artwork that is being churned out from Manipur. Today, I am joined by Mr. Haubam Dev. He is faculty of Manipur Imphal Art College. He is, you can say, he represents the artists of Manipur, and he will give us, throughout the program, he will give us the various moods and sensibilities of the artists of Manipur, and what is needed by the for Manipur to promote, and what is the desire of the artists, and how do we promote them. So, Mr. Dev, to begin with,
hello.
Yeah, can you briefly tell us, what is the reaction of the artists of Manipur to this kind of this R&B's Art House Manipur Art Fest? This is the 3rd edition.
Okay, first I would like to thank R&B for inviting me. Then, as for the questions, I think the community at present is overwhelmed, because this is the first time that something like this happened, like virtual art fest happens in Manipur. Beforehand, there was only these things. We have to do it physically, but this is the first time our art and artists are reaching out to global. That is something very new. And then, as per the comment and hearsay, I think it's going great guns.
All right. On that note, I think we should go move on to our first performance of the day, which is the last day of our virtual Manipur Art Festival 2022. And as our first performance, we have Irom Elizabeth performing classical solo dance of Samoda Damoda. She represents the Leander Art Folk and Classical Dance Academy.
Today I'm going to perform Samoda
Tum roju
Damoda.
lian.
Samoda Damoda, which
Say,
describes
yo,
Lord
it's
Krishna,
all
who
the-
is in love
the-
playing
the-
with
Ini kya no?
Kunja in Chandravli. Lord Krishna puts sandalwood powder on his body, adorns himself with beautiful ornaments, and is in love play with Chandravli. This dance form is based on Tancha and Matra, one tali, one fa, and it is composed and choreographed by Padma Shri Let T.S. Babu Singh. Before presenting you all, thank you, and let me start now.
ಚಂದ್ರನ ಚೋಚಿತ ನೀಲ ಕಲೇವರ ಪೀತವಶನ ಗುಣಮಾಲೆ ಕೇಳಿ ಚಲನ್ಮಣಿ ಕುಂದಲ ಮಂಡಿತ ಗಂಧಜುಗಸ್ಮಿತ ಶಾಲೆ ಕೇಳಿ ಚಲನ್ಮಣಿ ಕುಂದಲ ಮಂಡಿತ ಗಂಧಜುಗಸ್ಮಿತ ಶಾಲೆ ಚಂದನ ಚೋಚಿತ ನೀಲ ಕಲೇವರ ಪೀತವಶನ ಗುಣಮಾಲೆ ಕೇಳಿ ಚಲನ್ಮಣಿ
Wonderful, Irom Elizabeth, with the classical Manipuri dance. No wonder Manipuri dance is world famous. So before we continue our conversation with Mr. Haubam Dave, let me give you a brief reintroduction of R&B Art House. R&B Art House is established by eminent artists Robin Wohengbam and Dr. Bijita Ningombam, with the intention to provide a platform for budding artists of Manipur as well as for experienced artists, because artists in Manipur have to search for opportunities to expose their art as well as search market for their art form to become viable. So Manipur Art Festival is one such initiative, and they have many other promotional activities in store in future, I hope. So Mr. Dev, can you tell us, as you are a faculty of Imphal Art College, which is the only art institute in Manipur, I think, if I'm correct, is there any collaboration between R&B Art House and your Imphal Art College students as well as the faculty?
So there is collaboration, but as the story goes, me and Robin our story goes a long way back. But when after R&B Art House got established, he came with a proposal of our students joining Banali for the first time, and then the curator were his colleague, and then we said, why not? Then I selected the student, then the college was ready, student got ready, then the curator came, then we prepared the whole scenes, then it was with the big help of R&B that everything was set up there. Then fortunately, the student got selected. Then they got a chance to go to Kochi and then attend the International Biennale along with the eminent artists. And though they are going for the student Biennale, but still then it was held on the same time, so they had a wonderful time. Then interaction with the other artists from abroad and everything. And then after when they came back, then it became a trend in the college also, that whenever every Biennale or anything comes up, that we got to participate. And then, as I told you before, Robin and me goes a long way back, so whenever there is, then I just ask to him that, okay, these things comes up, so we should, now it's total tie-up with this R&B Art House, along with the college, okay.
So the Imphal Art College and R&B Art House is working actively and collaborating actively together to promote the artists of Manipur.
Right.
And many more promotional activities one can expect from these two institutes. It is very interesting that these two institutes are working together. Keep it up.
Yeah.
So let us go to our next performance, and this time it is a music composed by Guru Ruben Masangba, who is a famous folk singer of Manipur. He is playing his music with his indigenous flute called Yanka Hui. Enjoy. magical once again from Guru Masangba. Dave, you have been giving us a good insight, third-person insight into the art scene in Manipur. So, can you just briefly tell us the short, brief history of Imphal Art College, and what do the artists look towards R&B Art House in terms of future opportunities?
Okay. Actually, Imphal Art College is, as everybody knows, in Manipur, is one of the oldest colleges, next to DM College, set up in 1949. Then currently, the government has overtaken all these things, so it's now no more a private institution. Now it become a government. Okay.
Yeah, you mean first it started as a private institute, and recently it's taken over by the government. Yeah.
And then now, as per these things, artist-wise and as per the students, something like R&B comes up in Manipur is something very new, and then it helps create an art atmosphere in these things. Before, it's some sort of like a monopoly type, like we are the only art college and we are the one who is producing these students, and then wherever there is exhibition, only our students and then the former students, ex-students, they are the one who participates. At least now it's diverse things are coming up, and then those who studies outside also, and then the one who is presently here, and then even the other institute like the Manipur University and all, they are participating nowadays, and it become as a group function. And in this criteria, like R&B Art House, the coming of R&B Art House, okay, in the last session they opened up a portal for selling art and these things through online and all. It was a real helpful thing, especially in Manipur. And then even the packaging and then things that they are doing everything great for this the future of the art, means art scenario.
Yes.
And then there is something I would like to congratulate this R&B Art House. And then second thing is that the organizing these things, Manipur Art Fest, and then the exhibition and all, virtual physicals. Okay, it is much needed for the exposure, and then they are doing it in a regular basis. Though the last 2 years there was COVID, so some sort of hindrance was there, but still then they are continuing with virtual and all. This is something we got to appreciate.
Right.
And last but not the least, this coming of the art house, this is something very new in Manipur though, and then even for the gallery also there is a few spaces and all, but now I hope that R&B, they have already opened up a gallery, but they will do something much bigger so that exposure can be done in a larger scale.
So in terms of marketing, the market, like to kind of get market for the art products,
right.
so that it becomes a viable
art form.
Yeah. So thank you so much. Now let us move on to our third performance of the day. We have martial art for you, Thang Ta by Huyen Lalong, Manipur.
Sarma, Sangeet Natak Academy awardee. At present, working as the principal cum director of the Huyen Lalong Manipur Thang Ta Cultural Association in Bung, Manipur, India. This institution was established in the year 1958 by our eminent guru, G. Graceful Sharma Padmasiri, with his full devotion for the preservation, promotion, and the propagation of the Manipur martial art Thang Ta throughout the country and abroad. He was the first recipient of Padma Shri, Sangeet Natak Academy Award and the Tagore Ratana of the Sangeet Natak Academy in the field of Thang Ta. He could introduce Manipuri martial art Thang Ta first outside the country. His students also performing Thang Ta throughout the nation and the abroad. After the demise of the Guruji, since 2015, the Huyen Lalong Manipur Thang Ta Cultural Association is still continuing its Thangta classes regularly and also still producing scholars, fellows, state and national awardees in the field of Thangta, and also performance we are given throughout the country and abroad. Now, the artists of the Huel along Manipur, Thangta Cultural Association, Irinbung, Manipur, India, is presenting a short program of Thangta in this Manipur Art Festival organized by the R&B Art House.
That was Manipuri martial arts. You will be surprised to know that the subtle and sublime Manipuri dance is derived from this martial art tradition. So the vigor and the agility of the martial art tradition gives birth to a soft, sublime, subtle dance movement of the world famous Manipuri, classical Manipuri dance. So Mr. Dip, to continue our conversation, what is your take on, how is, is Manipur a fertile ground for good artists to come forward? I mean, to be,
Definitely so. It's there is a proper grounding is there. The only thing is that exposure. In terms of exposure, it's a bit less because we don't have this gallery and then all this where the artists, budding artists, they can go over and look for the art and these things. And it's good that this virtual is coming up and it will be there. And other than that, there is few galleries over here, like Archishiesh and these things. But even that is like what I would say, it's okay, fine. But as for the new conceptual artists, then there is none. I would say none over here in Manipur. So definitely it will it will help, like if these things galleries and then the exposures are there.
in fact, I think what you're saying is we need to develop a component or plan to kind of expose our artists, young, budding, and aspiring, and senior artists, and take them outside and see, participate in exhibitions, see exhibition, so that they know what is the trend, and then also expose their products.
Like that's the thing. Like if we are in other metropolitan cities, then we get a chance to visit the galleries and other things, and then we get exposed to the other art, means other things going on around. But here we are confined, and then confined means we are stuck to one particular, I would say it's stuck to one particular thing, like, and then whatever new is like from the web and other things, but not physically. We are not going over there physically and observing all those things. That things is a bit less. Like,
so maybe your art college can come up with a plan to have a regular outreach program for students to visit other metropolitans and sell their, exhibit their art, as well as witness what is being shown by other artists.
Yeah, we are for the last 2-3 years we have been doing that, and then we are sending, means not much, but at least 10 to 15 students outside, like on this, and then we even open a gallery in the colleges, and then where other can also showcase their art and everything. But that is not enough. Like it's not enough. Like we need other art houses like these things, like
like R&B
and out, to help expose much more. Like it's not only by the college, but by the other art houses and other things, like, so that our art, Manipur, these things can flourish outside, globally, not Indian, globally.
All right. On that note, let us move on to our next performance. A beautiful song by folk song by famous Aku from Imphal Tokis. This song is quite popular. It's called Lullaby.
Bloodsock streets, that's my ground. That's where I play around. Sound of gunshots, that's my song. That's my lullaby. Your revolution has snatched away my right to education. Your revolution has snatched away my right to education. just shot him, you just killed him. We don't need your guns and bombs, we just need songs of love. Your constitution has nothing for me. All you do is kill my innocence. Your constitution has nothing for me. All you do is kill my innocence. Fallen bodies like fallen leaves of October, but you don't care. You bomb a town, that's my town, that's where I play around. Don't fill our lives with throes of pain. Share a smile so we can bloom again. Don't fill our lives with throes of pain. Share a smile so we can bloom again. Tenawa kang laipaki, tenawa ang na munyaga, tenawa na harawi. Una saba nung may ni, manapang ba makoy ni.
Yeah, so that was our virtual art gallery, and how you can see the wonderful paintings that we have in this exhibition. Besides acrylic painting, we have graphic artwork as well as photography. And this time we could not include sculpture because of technical reasons, as well as on the offline mode we had tattoo artists and other exciting events, but this time we had to cut it down. So Dave, can you tell us what do you think about the participation, because eventually we want to turn this Manipur Art Festival 2022 into a global event?
Actually, it's I would say first it's a grand success, but though the participation level, okay, it's a bit low, like 40 artworks. At the most 40 artworks comes up this time. But the good news is that not only Manipur but outside artists, they are participating in this virtual one. And then I hope that in the future, like we will be having a grand success, and then other participation means not only India, then even the other artists from international artists, they will even join our art fest. And it's an innovative idea also that doing virtually so that everyone can join from it wherever they are. And I would like to say that it's a grand for this time it's a grand success, but hope that it will do better in upcoming years too. Like
So more participation from the world over, and more vibrancy, virtual as well as offline mode. Maybe the formula that R&B Art House can take for the next round of festival. So let us move on to our next performance. It is a classical dance, Goranga Rup Burna by Soram Lienda. What a graceful dance by Soram Leander of Jawaharlal Nehru Dance Academy, Manipur. So, Dip, yesterday also I asked the same question to the co-founder of R&B Art House about creativity and about how to nurture and how to inculcate imagination in our kids, so that we have art products, artists, originality, and power to artists of Manipur. So in terms of your art college, what are the outreach program to kind of get people to be artistic and also to drive kids in the field of art?
Actually, what at present what we are doing is that first there is a program called outdoor sketches. Okay, we let them do outdoor so that they have this. They have these things. They can do it freely. Then we let every year there is a program about going to these things outside Manipur, so that they can view other things. And then it's not only copying that we nurture, like we let them use their imagination so that they can do whatever they like. Like then we just nurture them and mold them into what the outcome should be like. That's the only thing we are doing. But we let their imagination go free. And
Right.
then we are just doing this outdoor camp, and then going outside Manipur, watching the other galleries, conceptualization processes, all these things we are showing them at present. But let's see, there is still room for improvement also.
Yeah, but what I wanted to know is, like, do you have any outreach program in terms of going to the villages or far from areas or other states, neighboring states, to promote art?
Yeah, we like whenever we go for these things, art camp, no, like where we just go over to the village side, and wherever there are the kids over there, the schools nearby, we just let them teach them like the idea about how to begin art, beginners art. We just let them have the idea, like then it's a free, like we are helping them out, and we are also going for our own works also. At the same time, we are helping the villagers out also, like not only villagers, but each and everywhere we go, we just like to spread out
All right.
these things.
So I'm sure your efforts will not go in vain, and we'll see imaginative and artists coming up in Manipur with original ideas, and which will capture and charm the world art audience, I hope. So next we have a short music by Oja Ibobisak. He is director of a group called Expression. He is accompanied by a popular penna player, Hekujam Mehes. So we actually, to share with our audience, our chat has been wonderful with flooded with wonderful comment, and the virtual program that we are sharing with you right now has received wonderful comment. Some, especially Binodini, PH Binodini says our show is graceful. Others say it's very elegant and the dances are very graceful, and while others say the show gives them goosebumps. So I think our effort is not going in vain. And coming back to the art scene in Manipur, they say that art flourishes when there is trouble, when there is tension. In peacetime, art surprisingly doesn't flourish so much as when there is trouble and turmoil. So in that sense, Manipur presents a fertile ground for artists to grow and flourish.
Definitely.
Do you think the artists of Manipur is doing justice to this ecosystem that the situation is created in Manipur?
I think so, because it's right, like the turmoils, these things, events, I would say events, they create a lot of imagination, a lot of new ideas, a lot of structures. So eventually, when it comes to not only visual arts but in performing and everything, any art field, so they would like to create something new, even though it's for all fine arts and all the performing arts. So definitely it's right, like events, and then these things, the turmoil, all these things, they certainly creates a huge imagination in the field, and then those imagination expressed into art form, it becomes something wonderful, like something extraordinary.
So Manipur is not lacking behind in
Yeah,
terms of
definitely.
taking leverage from the situation.
Yeah.
So next, on that note, we'll go to our next performance. It's by Irom Elizabeth, the first performer of the day, and she's doing Kanglei Saitaro.
ꯑꯩꯅ ꯉꯁꯤ ꯁꯥꯖꯒꯗꯧꯔꯤꯕ ꯆꯠꯀꯣꯏ ꯑꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯃꯃꯤꯡꯅ ꯀꯪꯂꯩ ꯁꯩꯊꯥꯔꯣꯜ꯫ ꯀꯪꯂꯩ ꯁꯩꯊꯥꯔꯣꯜ ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯤꯕ ꯆꯠꯀꯣꯏ ꯑꯁꯤ ꯃꯩꯍꯧꯔꯣꯜꯗꯒꯤ ꯂꯩꯔꯛꯂꯕ ꯆꯍꯤꯔꯣꯜ ꯃꯥꯄꯜꯗ ꯌꯨꯝꯐꯝ ꯑꯣꯏꯕ ꯆꯠꯀꯣꯏ ꯑꯃꯅꯤ꯫ ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯤꯕ ꯆꯠꯀꯣꯏ ꯑꯁꯤꯗ ꯄꯦꯅꯥ ꯇꯧꯗ꯭ꯔꯤ ꯑꯃꯗꯤ ꯂꯥꯡꯕꯦꯅꯆꯤꯡꯕ ꯄꯨꯡꯂꯣꯟ ꯇꯟꯊꯥꯒ ꯂꯣꯏꯅꯅ ꯀꯪꯂꯩꯄꯥꯛ ꯂꯝꯗꯝꯕꯨ ꯁꯩꯊꯥꯖꯗꯨꯅ ꯊꯧꯒꯜ ꯇꯧꯖꯕ ꯆꯠꯀꯣꯏ ꯑꯃꯅꯤ꯫ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛ ꯃꯌꯥꯝ ꯑꯩꯒꯤ ꯆꯠꯀꯣꯏ ꯃꯤꯠꯌꯦꯡ ꯇꯝꯕꯤꯔꯁꯤ꯫
Kanglei sumangi ningthi babo saitha jage chingu vanamna lalava kad kanbiyu hanna hanna punem jare ah lấy bác nè.
The setting of this dance was wonderful, I would say. So we come to the last performance of the day, actually of the festival, till we meet again next edition of Manipur Art Fest. So before we end, do you like to have a concluding remark on this festival and art promotion and art in general in Manipur?
Actually, it's I would say it's a grand success, but I would like not only R&B but other initiatives from the government side also to promote this art field in not only visual art but in every art field, like, because we are lagging behind. Though we are very rich in culture, but I think we are lagging behind. So we need initiative from outside sources also, not only the private houses, not only the colleges, but from the government initiative sides. Some initiation should be taken up so that we can reach out not only India but globally.
Yeah, on that note, the Manipur Art Fest 2022, we will present you our last performance, but you can visit our virtual art exhibition, and enjoy our wonderful artwork presented to you, paintings, printed art, as well as photography. So the concluding performance we have for you is the famous Basanta Ras by Leander Folk and Dance Academy, and I would like to also thank this academy for supporting this art festival, especially the director of the institute, Soram Sarat. He is also popularly known as Akabi, and his entire family and his staff, and the virtual crews, the camera persons, and finally and most importantly, I would like to thank R&B team, especially co-founder Dr. Bijita and her husband Dr. Akshay, as well as our dynamic Robin Wahangbam, for continuing his endeavor to promote art in Manipur and reach out to the world global audience with products with art of Manipur. Thank you, and enjoy Basanta Ras Leela by Leander Folk and Dance Academy.
राधिका संजय श्री कृष्ण बुकाद सामुगे साजतनी लेमजबे खोंथांनि लेंगक्ले राधिका चटले मित्ता उई तुमले मंदा उई चटले मित्ता उई तुमले मंदा उई चुरान लेते फुई न नोंग हो ngâm xiang chura lấy tiếng mừng huy na nong ho ngâm प्रेम भक्ति गीत तुम न हम ओय बेनी प्रेम भक्ति गीत तुम न हम ओय बेनी महाभाग लेते सामुगे साजतनी लेमजबे खोंथांनि लेंगक्ले राधिका कुंजद यौरे राधा सखी सिंगल ओइना दुन कुंजद यौरे राधा मोबो उच्चवद गोपी सिंह हराव जरे मोमन नोकल दुन ओपी रे गोपी सिंह मोमन नोकल दुन ओपी रे मंडोली मायाद गोपी गलोइन राधा कृष्ण अनिन रास लीला हौरकी मंडोली मायाद गोपी गलोइन राधा कृष्ण अनिन रास लीला हौरकी सान रे श्री गोविंदन सखी सिंग लोइन यमुना गी मापांग श्री रास मंदोलिम यायद सान रे श्री गोविंदन सखी सिंग कृष्ण गा इसै सकले जगोय सारे लैन लैन थेक्ना थेक्ना निंथे रे राधा श्यांगे जगोय सान ta bisaka sakina yeiri ta dim kuna set tuna chatle kini kini nangang kuna set tuna chatle kini kini nangang pam chana yeiri punglon sari jagoi thek na nong ta dim ta bisaka sakina yeiri ta dim jagoi sari isai sakli gopi single loinana jagoi sari isai sakli gopi single loinana surat re gram hum ragat rogagini kuntra taruka jagoi sari isai sakli gopi single loinana kuna setuna chatle kini nangang kuna setuna chatle kini nangang tam chana yeiri punglon sari jagoi thek na nong ta dim ta bisaka sakina yeiri ta dim brinda devira purakle abirana chinglava radha krishna anina nungaina chaina re dera sana re sri go mindana sakhi singa krishna ga sakhi singa krishna ga sakhi singa krishna ga pechakare laura dona momon nokla dona nuksiba mityeng na kapli sakhi singa krishna ga pechakare laura du sakhi singa krishna ga pechakare laura du na momon nokla dona nuksiba mityeng na kap sana real sri go bindana gopi gi mai thongda abir saisili kubang pai dun khang bangam der duna koina change gopi gi mai thongda abir sais pangal son be gopi singna laina chela dun pangal son be gopi singna laina chela duna kham duna khangje gopi gi mai thongda abir saisili kubang pai dun khang bangam der duna koina change gopi gi mai thongda abir saisili ngai kho chai no abe pangal son be no be ni khangdara ni pana mana banate ne ngai kho chai no abe nange lam cha ai khoi na khangi krishna nange lam cha ai khoi na khangi nupi happa ngambane nangde nupi happa ngambane nangde ngai kho chai no abe gopi ai khoi pum namak se radha gi michang atani ne gopi ai khoi pum namak se radha gi michang atani ne khangong se nupi gi wangde yengong se nupi gi igun ngai kho chai no abe gopi singhi mangda krishna khang bangam dare gopi singhi mangda krishna khang bangam dare koina laina chile laina koina chile krishna ki awabado ure radhana krishna ki awabado ure radhana yeng bangam draduna khamjin khare radhana yeng bangam draduna khamjin khare radhana gopi singhi mangda krishna khang bangam dare thabu hinna haja raba Sri Gobind gi mai thong de humang loi ne pakliwa Thabu henna hajaraba ingit khangbil sakhi singna ingit khangbil sakhi singna tapna chao thâu gan jari ma bung ma bim da tapna chao thâu gan jari hai sing di sakhina sri chorom di seva chang